Yes, guys, and a welcome from me. This is Championship Manager 0102, the free-man online game. Season 149 comes to a close. It's milestones all the time, and we had a session last night which got us to where we're at. Fucking road sweepers outside. We had a session, and I said to the guys, I went, fuck me, season 150 is now upon us. And in a couple of months, this game will be 12 years old, which is pretty fucking remarkable. But let's talk about what happened last year. You'll notice that there's a little bit of upbeatness in my voice, yeah? You know, a little bit of a spoiler for you there. It was quite the season, it really was, and it was jaw-breaking right to the very end. Nothing was concluded right until the very end. First things first, let's talk about Pep as the game fires up, because it does take a while. It's another year of hurt for Pep. You've got to feel for him. It looked like he had a chance in the early part of the season, going into the midway of the season. He was looking good. He had a couple of games in hand, and he had an opportunity. Then he just falls apart. And I'd still question a couple of Pep's purchases, if the truth be told. I don't think he really always thinks about the long-term side of things, personally. I think we all make some bad signings. But you've got to feel for him, really, because there you see, he finishes third yet again, even though 98 points, impressive 98 points, and only 2 defeats. But it is what it is. It really is what it is for Pep. We'll stay on the subject of Pep, because Pep came nowhere in the Champions League. Fucking hell, what a cunt. Make the right noise. Okay, so this is where Pep, he won the Intercontinental and the Super Cup. He won the Champions League, of course, season before last. That doesn't mean anything. We know what the main competitions are. And there you see, Pep won the FA Cup, beating Ian in the final. And it was sheer revenge there, because you can see right there, he was eliminated out of the Champions League at the semi-final. The first leg was a bit of a hard pill for Pep to swallow, where he was absolutely thumped in the first leg of the Champions League at home. Second leg started really well. He was 2 up at the break. Maybe he thought he could do it, but it wasn't to be. But he did win the FA Cup, and he won it quite convincingly. That was quite funny, really, because Ian wrote immediately he had no fit strikers, and his current striker that he had in was shit. And it almost felt like an excuse. It was quite funny. But that being said, though, right, Pep had to get revenge on Ian, not just from the Champions League, but the League Cup, because the League Cup final finished like that. Ian wins the League Cup on penalties, a real tense battle, and it was it was a fair result of 1-1, so it was really coin flip. So with regards to Ian finishes second in the table with 101 points. Well, there you see, 101 points. What can you say? So inevitably, you've already worked it out. It was me that won the Premier League. We won the Premier League with 103 points. The last game, we had to win it. And the problem was, we had to win that last game of the season, as did Ian, and we both were meeting each other in the Champions League final, so we couldn't afford anything. We really could not afford anything at all. And then, of course, that happened in the Champions League final. I ain't gonna lie, I was fucking seething. I was seething to myself, thinking, you dirty bastard. 3 fucking injuries. Oh my god. But do you know what? I think these things swing in roundabouts. The most important thing, all 3 of those guys, ironically, got given, I don't know if they're fit now, I think they might be, 3-week injuries. But the most important thing is, we won, and we deservedly won. We win the Champions League. It's the first time we've won the Champions League in several years. There you see, we'd not won it since 21-56. So a big result for me, it really was. In terms of, let's go back to the cups, and now see the important cups, shall we say? So Pep takes it after Ian had 2 on the bounce. So he puts an end to that, and funnily enough, right, in the League Cup, it was the other way around. Ian puts an end to Pep's dominance in the League Cup. For me, it was always about the league, it's crazy. And I think this is now season 29, I think it is, or 20, I forget what it is, that I'm at Man City. I've got no intentions to leave, but I think we should look at the job information anyway. in case Arsenal comes up. That's the only thing that would remotely appeal to me is Arsenal. But before we get into season 150, we've got a lot of other stuff to go through yet. We have got an international tournament. Now, I don't know if I told you this, but somebody gave me an idea on the forums, and this was brilliant because I didn't even think of it. In the latter stages of a save, you get a lot of blips and problems and issues, and so many of the international clubs were not manageable. They weren't manageable anymore. It was all getting flawed and stuff, but somebody gave me the idea is add a manager in for that nation and then retire them. And that way, it will then make them manageable. And they were absolutely spot on. So I went through it with Pep and Ian. We did it. So then we obviously got new jobs, as you can see. So France for me, England for Pep, Germany for... Belgium for Ian. So this is our situation in the European qualifying. Bit of a difficult game against Estonia in our last game, where we sensationally only drew. But we're still in a good position, aren't we? I mean, Ireland, we're going to have to keep an eye on. Republic of Ireland, anyway. Didn't even pay attention that we had Republic and Northern. And as you can see, we have got the Confederations Cup coming up. Something I don't recall the last time I was involved in. But Pep is there as well. Pep is there as well. Now, I realise that we're in it because we are the hosts. I'm guessing, yeah, that's why England are in it. So there's a lot of pressure on Pep. Now, let me remind you, shortly after the World Cup... Pep was dismissed. He was dismissed as manager of England after the World Cup in 2162. He then got the job, I think, was it Argentina? Then, of course, Ian took England, left England after 9 days for whatever reason. I mean, I've done it before where you just think, fuck it. And then Pep went back to England. So a lot of pressure for Pep indeed. But in terms of his qualifying campaign, 3 games to go, and he's already confirmed at least a playoff spot. It's not plain sailing though, because let's see, who did he lose that game to? If he loses, he drew in Latvia. So has he got? I'm guessing he's got to play Czech Republic. Yeah, he has. And he's going away to Czech Republic. So if he were to lose, let's just see. He beat him 4-1. So if he were to lose 3-0, who knows? Who knows what's going to happen there? Over to Ian and his Belgium. Belgium, well, they're not in the Confederations, but they're looking good as well. Very similar sort of story to Pep. 3 games to go. I'm guessing he's got to play Germany. No, he hasn't. He hasn't got to play Germany whatsoever. So he's in a really strong position indeed. And it looks like we'll all go to the Euro 21-64. I will leave France after 64. Whatever happens, and I said that with Holland at the World Cup, where we won it, of course. The French squad setup is fucking shit. It really is. But a glorious season for me. I think Pep rescued his season with the FA Cup. Ian, what looked like it could be the quad when he won the League Cup, ended up with just the League Cup. So that's that. And that's that then, guys. Until next time from me, it's take it easy.